Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel where we live and breathe everything Cleveland Browns. Before we dive into the latest updates coming straight out of Berea, I want to ask a quick favor from my fellow Dawg Pound members across the globe. Could you please drop a comment below letting me know your name, the city where you are currently based, and what country you are tuning in from? I love hearing from our community. We are pushing hard to hit our goal of 3,000 subscribers, so if you enjoy these daily insights, please hit that button and join our movement. Today, we have a lot to discuss regarding our offseason, so let's get right into the action. The central figure in our discussion today is none other than the elite cornerback Denzel Ward. Ever since the offseason training activities kicked off, the silence regarding his absence from the team facilities has been loud enough to shake the foundations of the organization. Denzel Ward is the undisputed heart of our secondary, and seeing his name absent from the daily participation lists has naturally triggered a wave of speculation among the fanbase. As a lifelong Browns fan, I know exactly what you are thinking, because the rumors regarding his trade status or potential roster moves have been swirling since last year. It is easy to look at a $17 million salary and a $30 million cap hit and start connecting dots that might not actually exist. However, I am here to tell you that we need to separate the noise from the reality of the situation. While the optics of his absence might seem concerning to the untrained eye, we have to remember that these OTA sessions are strictly voluntary, and players have every right to handle their conditioning away from the facility. I have been tracking the pulse of this team for years, and I can tell you that when a player of Ward's caliber isn't on the field, the level of intensity in the building changes immediately. We are talking about one of the most important defensive pieces in our entire strategy, a guy who sets the standard for our coverage schemes. The pressure on the front office to manage the salary cap is always immense, especially with a massive cap hit looming over us, but I have seen how these players operate when they are focused on their craft. Ward's decision to stay away has been framed by some as a contract protest, yet the truth from the man himself suggests something far more grounded and focused on individual performance. We are looking at a critical juncture for our defense as we aim to build a contender in a division that never forgives a mistake. The expectation is that when our stars return, the defensive identity will solidify, but until then, we are left analyzing every single statement and social media update. I want to keep you all informed as we navigate these quiet weeks, ensuring that you hear the real story behind the headlines that define our beloved franchise. Denzel Ward finally broke his silence on Wednesday night during his annual football camp, putting an end to the wild theories about his whereabouts. Standing in front of the local media, he wore a wide smile while addressing the elephant in the room, with a sense of humor that only a true competitor could pull off. He jokingly mentioned having a girlfriend and needing to take her out on dates, but quickly pivoted to the real reason for his absence, focusing on his craft. When you hear a veteran say he is working on his game, you have to take it at face value because the physical demands of playing cornerback in the NFL are punishing. Ward is not just any defensive back. He is a cornerstone of this defense, and his preparation reflects a deep understanding of what is required to remain elite at his position. He made it clear that there is no hidden agenda behind his absence from Phase 3 of the voluntary program. He is simply training and ensuring his body is ready for the grind of the upcoming season. It is refreshing to hear this perspective directly from the source, especially when the internet tends to spin narratives out of thin air to generate clicks. We often forget that these men have lives outside of the gridiron, and managing their off-field time is just as important as the work they put in during organized sessions. Ward has already shown his commitment to this team by helping create $2 million in salary cap space earlier this offseason. By converting his roster bonus and accepting a void year, he demonstrated that he is still very much invested in the future of the Cleveland Browns. That move alone proves he wants to be part of what we are building here. When he says he is just working on his craft, I believe him, and I believe his preparation will pay dividends when the real games begin in September. We are witnessing a professional athlete managing his career during a period where he has earned the autonomy to do so, and for now, that should be enough to settle the nerves of any concerned fan. He is locked in, he is focused, and he is preparing for a massive year ahead in our secondary. Beyond the physical training, the most important takeaway from this situation is the constant line of communication between our veterans and the coaching staff. You might have heard the noise about head coach Todd Monken not yet meeting Myles Garrett, our reigning Defensive Player of the Year, who has also been away, reportedly spending time in Japan. That revelation sent shockwaves through the fan base, but we can finally breathe a little easier, thanks to the updates from defensive coordinator Mike Rutenberg. Rutenberg stepped up and confirmed that he has been in frequent contact with both Garrett and Ward throughout this entire offseason period. Hearing that there is a dialogue established between the defensive coordinator and his primary playmakers is crucial for our schematic transition. Ward himself confirmed this, stating that he has been in touch with Rutenberg and is looking forward to finally hitting the field with him. This is exactly what a team needs: alignment and transparency between the leadership and the stars. The fact that the coaching staff knows exactly where these guys are and what their development plan looks like changes the entire narrative of these OTA absences. We are currently in the second block of training, which runs through the end of May, and it is a vital time for installing the new defensive philosophy. While it is obviously better to have everyone in Berea, knowing that the players are staying prepared and connected with the staff means we are not falling behind. We are managing expectations while ensuring our most talented assets arrive at minicamp ready to absorb the new system. It is a balancing act of trust and accountability, and so far, the indicators suggest that both Ward and Garrett are taking their responsibilities seriously. We need that veteran presence to stabilize the locker room, and based on the latest reports, that foundation remains strong. Our coaching staff is building a bridge with the players that will eventually translate into the intensity we demand on Sundays. Every piece of information we get from the team confirms that while some faces are currently missing from the grass in Berea, the mental preparation is in full swing. This is not a time for panic. It is a time for patience as we prepare for the mandatory minicamp, which will surely be the real turning point for our squad. As we look toward the mandatory minicamp scheduled for early June, the atmosphere in Berea is expected to shift significantly. This is when voluntary becomes mandatory, and we anticipate seeing the full roster united under one roof to begin the final push before training camp. Denzel Ward has made it clear that he has been watching from a distance, staying plugged into the team's progress even while he trains on his own. He mentioned checking the iPad and seeing how the new guys are performing, which speaks volumes about his leadership and his desire to stay ahead of the curve. He is literally putting the newcomers on notice that he is keeping tabs on them, which is the kind of accountability that breeds championship culture. I love that energy from a guy who has seen it all and continues to push for excellence every single day. For our rookie wideouts like Casey Conception and Denzel Boston, this is an incredible opportunity. Having the chance to go up against a Pro Bowl caliber cornerback during practice is the fastest way to accelerate their development, and Ward clearly understands that he plays a role in their growth. These upcoming battles at the line of scrimmage will be the highlight of our summer sessions, and I fully expect to see our young receivers learning quickly under the pressure of one of the league's best. It is about sharpening iron against iron, and that is what makes the Browns a special team to follow. We are preparing for a season where every rep counts, and Ward's presence will undoubtedly elevate the standard for everyone on the field. The anticipation for those matchups is building, and once the full squad is assembled, the intensity will reach a boiling point. We have the pieces, we have the talent, and more importantly, we have the leaders who are committed to the objective. As we move closer to June, keep your eyes on the reports coming out of minicamp, because that is when the real evaluation of our 2026 roster begins. We are building something special, and despite the current quiet, the intensity is brewing beneath the surface. Stay tuned to this channel, because as soon as those pads start popping, I will be here to break down every single play, every big hit, and every development involving our stars.